Do I have it on? Yes. Okay, here we go. So go ahead and close that. Mm. Okay. All right. Let's see. It hasn't gone off yet. Nope. It takes a little while for some reason. Mm. All right. It seems that the captain for HH has finally arrived. So we can finally get this game going here. Excellent. All right, and here we go, getting to the draft for game one. And here we go. And they didn't get around. The moment they got in the lobby, they launched this draft. They're ready to go. It's going to be Team CR on the blue side for game one with Team HH in the red. I believe that, yes, Team CR just played last night. So this is a very quick turnaround for them. Whereas, actually, I think, did both teams just play yesterday? That might be right. I think both teams played just yesterday. So they're getting right back into it right away. Fair enough. All right, first set of bans are through. Let's see, Victor, Skarner, Lilia. Those are not surprising bans. Vivian, the jungler for Team HH, tends to get target banned a lot. There's two right there. And I'm not actually very familiar with Team CR. I believe it's their mid slash. I believe their mid is a 6-pointer, although I think he also plays ADC. I'm not 100% on the details of that. So yeah, they both played less than 24 hours ago. Oh, that's kind of wild. But here we go. Then it's going to be the Aatrox lock-in for HH. That is not surprising if you are familiar with them at all. Their top laner, Toru, is a very well-known Aatrox spammer and enjoyer. Quite good at it, too. And then it's going to be the Thresh. $1.6 million points. Yes, I remember that. That's a lot of points. And it's going to be the instant Garen lock-in for Team CR. They knew what they wanted against that Aatrox. Fair enough. It's a good pick against Aatrox. Not in lane necessarily, but later on, Garen's always been really good against those healing champions. And then a Vi lock-in for Team CR. Vi, pretty common pick, not necessarily in BR, but it is always fun to see. Vi's a very exciting champion. And I guess that is going to be Ched on the Garen. That's right, because Ched is the captain of Team CR. Looking forward to seeing that. And it's going to be the Jarvan lock-in for Vivian. Interesting. It's going for more of a playmaking jungler. All right. I would have thought maybe you'd want something a little more anti-melee against Garen and Vi, but we'll see how the rest of their comp fills out. That is true. J4 is popping in beer league. He may not, or he gets picked a lot and he tends to do really well. So that is true. All right, it looks like it's going to be some more bot lane bans coming up for both teams. Makes sense. Yeah. Going to be a Syndra ban for Team HH. Interesting. You don't see a lot of Syndra in Beer League, but I assume they've done their research. I don't know much about Team CR, just what I saw from the stream yesterday. And then the Aphelios band. That's a very interesting band, too. Okay. Give us Galio mid to go with Jarvan. That would be fun. I just worry it wouldn't be enough damage. But it would be a fun combo. Tell Vivian we want Galio mid. And there's going to be the Jinx coming in for Team HH. Not remotely surprising. Jinx is probably the go-to ADC for Beer League. Everyone can play it. It's good team fights. It's not that complex. There you go. And Sawdude is on a 3-watch streak. I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do. Huh. Sorry, Sawdude. We don't have any prizes for you. At least I don't think we do. And it's going to be the Nami locked in for the Team CR. Nami good at a little bit of everything. And the last pick, Aurelion Sol. I like that a lot. Kind of wanted a nice zoning, scaling control or control pick in the mid lane that can also follow up on plays. And Aurelion Sol ticks all those boxes. So well done. And then it's going to be Orianna last pick here for Team HH. Interesting. I do like this for the Wombo potential with the Jarvan. I do worry they might not have enough. They might not have enough like disengage to deal with this Vi, Garen, Aurelion Sol, but I guess we'll see. Now, I believe that while the CR versus 1IQ match was streamed yesterday, so everyone who paid attention to that knows how that one ended. The HH's match from yesterday has not been streamed yet. I heard it was a good one, but I'm not familiar with the details myself. ASOL is fun because you can count to 35 and then you win for free. That is true. That is true. I saw it. Remind me which team you play for? I can't. I'm having a hard time remembering the exact details of all these teams now that we have 10 of them. ABW. Okay. That stands for a something. Alaskan Bullworm. That's right. That's right. You like HH for game one? I think I could see it. Their early game is definitely a lot stronger. I think if Vivian can snowball the early game on the Jarvan, I think they can definitely have the advantage here. But I think if this game goes on long enough, I think the Garen and the Vi will be too tanky, and the Soul will get too much damage, and I think they'll have a hard time dealing with that. So we'll see. No, I believe that yes, Team CR has actually shuffled around their lineup a little bit because I think Eric 29 is normally listed as their mid laner, and he does play it sometimes, but I think he's kind of shifted to ADC as of the series yesterday. So there, you look at them in Champ Select, which you guys can't see, but I suppose, but their lineup is a little out of order compared to what you'd expect. All right. Well, while we wait for the 3-minute spectator delay, who do you guys like for game one? I think I like CR more only because I think their team is just a lot beefier in general. I know that that Toru's Aatrox, while very good, tends to be on the squishier side. So I'm a little worried about his ability to meaningfully frontline as the game goes on. So I like CR's comp a lot. And obviously Aurelion Sol is always a great Aurelion Sol is always a great insurance policy no matter how the earlier part of the game goes. So whereas I think Team HH is a fair bit more reliant on getting the game going well for them early and then riding that momentum to a win. So yeah, they don't really have a ton of that's another thing too, is they don't really have, other than the Thresh obviously, they don't have a ton of like counter engage or disengage to deal with the Vi Garen combo, plus the Aurelion Sol zooming in later. I just don't know if HH can deal with that. I think HH needs to be the aggressors in fights and take fights on their terms, because if they start getting engaged on, I think they're in really big trouble. And to their credit, they do have the tools here to make plays happen. So it's definitely possible, but we'll see what actually happens. Did that stream notification ever go off, by the way? Yeah, it did. Okay. It kind of takes a while to go off, but it eventually does, I guess. Okay. You guys can't really see it, but for whatever reason, the game always starts loading at about 25 seconds left on the stream delay, but it won't actually load into the game until the stream delay is over. So I'm not sure why exactly it does that, but it's just, just another weird quirk of how the spectator client works. Riot's a small indie company. They haven't really ironed out all the kinks yet. So, all right, let's go ahead and switch over to the in-game. There we go. Lila rocking the new Thresh skin. Janitor Thresh, although he kind of looks more like Painter Thresh, just based off his. I guess that's meant to be like a wet floor sign or something. And he's got like paint all over him, but I feel like that looks more like an artist's or like a painter's smock than it does. And it does like a janitor's outfit, but I guess a regular looking janitor's outfit wouldn't be that interesting. So, all right, here we go. Let me go ahead and move this team around here. Alexa, play And I Wonder by Kanye East. That is a fascinating interpretation of his name. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that the long game definitely favors Team CR here, so they're probably going to just try to drag this one out. Meanwhile, we got Team HH coming here for a 5-man, but it's a little bit of a disjointed invade, so I don't think they're going to be able to actually do anything. I guess they just wanted the war. They didn't want to actually go for any kills or anything.
Minions have spawned.
I do find it a little bit, I'm just looking at the top lane sums, I find it very interesting that yeah. Aatrox took Ignite and Garen didn't. I assume that Aatrox took Ignite because he expected Garen to take Ignite. So he kind of did that to make sure he wouldn't, that he could do the fight the 1v1. But Garen went ahead and took TP anyway. And yet he went D shield on Aatrox against Garen. I think Toru is a little confused. What's my craziest prediction for this game? That's a good question. It's kind of hard to make a prediction like that without seeming like I'm like biased for a certain outcome to occur, but let's say I won't call this a prediction, but that seems too unprofessional. But let's say Jhin gets above 15 kills this game. I could totally see that happening. I think that's totally a possibility. Anyway, I've been blabbing a little bit about items. Meanwhile, Vi has started her bot side, and meanwhile Jarvan started red and is now invading the top side, so he's going to go ahead and steal Gromp here already after stealing Wolves. So now Vi has discovered that her thing is stolen, and she sees this, so she's going to walk right into the Jarvan here, trying to do this, and she's going to call Garen over. Can Garen get like a nice flash silence off before Jarvan's able to get away? No. Jarvan is able to flash, but ooh, and he is able to get enough distance to the wall in order to be able to EQ over. So well played by Jarvan to get out of that very hazardous situation. My prediction is that this game goes less than 70 minutes. Very bold prediction there, Sawdude. Very bold. And classic anime lull coming in with the with the far more bold prediction that the game goes more than 70 minutes. At least I assume that's you, anime lull, given the similarity to your name. Or similarity to your league name. Yeah, I figured. Ooh, the Thresh is kind of getting them under tower here. Not quite able to. Ooh, Thresh looked like he might have had it there, but the heal and the barrier gives enough time for the Jhin to survive to get that last shot and finish him off. So that was well played by Thresh, but he got outplayed by the heal barrier meta. That's tough. I feel you, bro. Or sister in this case, since it's Lila. I feel you. When we see Jarvan going in for another invade, I think he just stole that. I believe he did. It looked, yeah, he did. Based off he had 28 CS just a second ago. So yeah, he did indeed manage to steal that. So clearly Jarvan going for a bit of the early aggression plays. Not usually not on invades is what you see here in Jarvan, but if that's what's available, that's what you take. Meanwhile, first dragon is up, and Grubs will be up shortly, so we'll see how teams decide to play around that. Couple kills so far, obviously, for the bot lane. Jin's already up a good portion of the way towards that 15 kills that I talked about. Ooh, and meanwhile, however, he is about to get ganked by this Jarvan. So Jarvan is coming here. They're going to go for the Nami. Makes sense. She's the one a bit more out of position, although they're going to land the knock-up on both of them. And Jin is getting run down. He is able to flash, just barely escapes the thresh hook there. I don't know how that didn't hit him. Vi's kind of just hovering around here. Kind of looking for something, but there's really nothing happening. I would say just go farm and get your level 6 on Vi, because that's so important, but that one camp's not going to be enough. So I guess it's okay to hover a little bit. And Team HH is here trying to get a bunch of vision down by, or vision control down by this dragon, so they can go ahead and move on that soon. Oh. Meanwhile, it's instead going to be Team CR moving into position on this dragon. They just walked right over the ward. They didn't care. Yeah, I guess they kind of caught Jarvan in a rotation here, so they're able to walk over. However, Jarvan is able to call Aatrox over and get the grubs in return. Ooh, wow, whoa. Did I do that? Oh, and there's going to be another invade by the Jarvan. Yeah, I guess he can't... He'd like to follow up on this with his ulti, but... oh, exactly. He's going to wait and kind of catch out the Vi again. And he's going to get her this time. He lands another knock-up, and I'm surprised... Oh, he ults and just tries to secure the kill, but the Vi is able to flash out, avoiding both the CC and the damage. Oh, fantastic flash topping by the Vi to survive that. Meanwhile, all it is bringing out in the bot lane. Jinx is going to be able to just barely escape with the Thresh Lantern, but she might go down anyway. Not quite, but very close. Oh, no. Oh, I mean, they might survive the all-in, but now they're in a really rough spot down here. That is tough. So far, gold quite even, about a 400 gold lead for Team CR here, although admittedly a lot of it is on the ADC, which is significant. You know, Jarvan and Orianna both kind of moving up towards the top lane here, and they're trying to prepare for a dive on this Garen. Question is Aatrox going to be able to push this tower, or push this wave into the tower quickly enough to do it? The mid lane and jungler for Team CR are both moving in to try to counter this dive, but I think they're going to be a little too late. So yeah, he is going to go down, but no, we're also going to go ahead and use the ulti, but it's just not going to be in time. Oh! Well, Vi does manage to go up here in time to be able to land an ulti on the Orianna, but there's really nothing left, so they should be able to just kite that out of here. Although the Nami has arrived as well, So they brought a bit of a numbers advantage, but the Thresh isn't far behind, and they're able to finish up the Vine. Now they're going to turn on the Aurelion Sol as well. And does the Thresh have any cooldowns to try to finish or try to take down this Aurelion Sol? No, and the Soul is able to somehow barely get out of the Aatrox W and not get pulled back, so he at least is going to live. So yeah, everyone just kind of kept trickling into that fight, but in the end, Team HH came out on top. I think they just got there a little bit sooner early on, and they were able to use that advantage to win the fight. So good job to them. Ooh, and that Jinx almost takes out the Jhin. Don't get barrier baited there, Jinx. He has barrier. Don't go too crazy. Meanwhile, Jin's gonna get away with a fairly greedy back there, but they couldn't see it, so it works out. Second Dragons are going to be up in about a minute here, as our meanwhile, second Grubs are spawning in just a few seconds. CS-wise, top lane pretty even, while mid and bot are about equal in terms of CS deficit on opposite sides. Bit of a quick gank going off on Ched here to try to gain position on this on these Rift Grubs, but CR's already here first. They managed to snag one already. But HH is closing in, and HH wants these 4 grubs so they can get that grub buff. So yeah, they're going to get it. They're going to get 5 as well, so this would be a nice bit of extra pushing power for them. Meanwhile, the Dragon is spawning. It looks like HH is going to try to move right down for it. Nami is here kind of in the enemy jungle trying to ward. They have no idea she's here, so they could be looking for some kind of play, and they're going to go for it. Vi's going to go ahead and ult Orianna right away. Unfortunately, the Nami the Nami follow-up was a little bit late, so the Orianna was able to flash out of it in time. And now the rest of Team CR is going to be able to move on over with the still alive or what am I saying? They're going to be able to move on over and rotate. And yeah, the big lead on Jhin is just huge in this situation. Well, yeah, they're going to be able to run HH off. Yeah, a little bit misplayed early on by not timing the Nami and Vi CCs super well, but it did enough to stall for the mid ADC to show up and clean up the fight anyway. Whew. Yeah, that's gonna be second Drake going now for Team CR. That's a great start for them. I mean, if you're the better scaling team, you can get Dragons early anyway. You're in fantastic shape, no matter what the gold says. So that's kind of our specialty on Team 2. Is we fall behind early in terms of gold, but we get Dragons. So once that early mid 20s comes around, we're looking at Dragon Soul, even though we were behind the first 10 minutes. And yeah, Jhin is looking a little scary, already well on his way to that 15 kills. I believe Eric29 is the highest rated ADC in the league this season at 6 points. And they are doing a bit of an engage on him, but they're not able to quite get him. That exhaust coming in. Well, actually, no. That I guess it was the Thresh that exhausted him. Okay. It's often you see a Thresh take exhaust. I keep thinking that's the Nami, but it's not. Okay. And unfortunately, the Jhin was able to stall out long enough for some help to arrive. And he survives and then manages to turn it on him, so he gets another kill. Meanwhile, they managed to get a successful gank off on the mid lane with the Vi and the Aurelion Sol. That is a tough assignment. Vi is a very not fun jungler to play against as a mid laner, especially. If you're an immobile mage, you have a target on your back, for sure. And CR up to about a 600 gold lead now, so not huge, but a lot of it is on that ADC up over 2,000 gold already, and that is just really difficult for Team HH to play into. They basically just have to catch out this Jhin and hope they can pop him. But I will say, I find this Jhin build very interesting. I know Shiv is the well. Let me talk about that after this team fight. They are able to Jarvan ult the Chad, but he flashes out. And meanwhile, they are able to instead turn on the Nami, but they didn't quite have to follow up in order to kill her. And that leaves enough time for CR to show up. And, you know, once the Vi and the Jhin shows up, I think the fun is over for Team HH. And indeed, another couple kills. Another couple kills coming in for the Jhin. She's almost halfway there. CR got 0 tanks, and somehow J4's still struggling with target access on the Jhin. Yeah. Yeah, they are. And a pretty sizable gold lead for Team CR, now up to about 3,000. And somebody, I guess, oh, and they're gonna go ahead for a dive on the Jinx here. Unfortunately, another little bit of miscommunication there. The Vi punches the Jhin with her Q out of the AoE of the Nami bubble, so she ends up actually being able to escape. Meanwhile, the rest of HH is on their way here, but do they have the ability to actually force anything against them? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, and the Jinx ulti is going to come in. Unfortunately, it's just going to barely miss. That almost certainly would have killed Nami if it had landed. Well, maybe. 458 plus 25% missing health. Yeah, that almost certainly would have killed. Okay. But alas. Oh, Jhin, you got to be paying more, or Jinx, you got to be paying more attention. And that's going to be another kill over to the Jhin. He's up to 8-0 already. He's already legendary 18 minutes in. That is not a good sign. I mean, this is not what's supposed to be happening. If you see Jhin running after tanks, the game has gone horribly wrong, and as it has indeed for Team HH. Ooh, and then a bit of a whiff on the ulti there is going to not pick up the kill on the Jarvan. Probably could have just ran forward and autoed that, to be honest. I don't know why he ulted. Then we got a pause coming in here from Vivian. No, it's funny, if we were like LCS, teams would not be allowed to talk to each other during pauses like this, but there'd be no way to enforce that in Beer League, so we just don't bother. But apparently Vivian's having some kind of emergency. Hopefully it's not a huge emergency. But we'll see what's happening. Although, I guess based on the fact that this pause has lasted at least 3 minutes, so, well, hopefully it's nothing too serious. I guess soon we'll find out fairly soon. Well, so far, I will say that this game has totally been flipped on its script. It was supposed to be HH, the one that was getting out ahead and closing it out before the Jhin and Soul could scale, but on the contrary, they decided, who needs to scale? We could just win early game. And they've done great. And yeah, up to about 2,500 gold lead on the Jhin. He's going to come back with an Infinity Edge. Well, not quite yet. He's about 2,000 gold, but well, hopefully not too long. Unfortunately, I can't move away from whatever is making that sound effect, so we just have to listen to it. I think somebody's sweeper. It's probably Nami's sweeper that I'm hearing. All right, well, it must not have been too bad because Vivian is back now. So here we are. We're set to go. Well, at least I thought we were set to go. Not sure if... Oh, there we go. Okay. And here we go. Meanwhile, we were in the middle of a tower dive here, and Jin's going to go ahead and get another kill. He's up to 9-0. Well, I realized one flaw with the... Uh-oh. Now we might have had a freeze? Is the client... Is my game frozen? Well, hopefully it'll unfreeze. Oh, okay. There we go. Probably just some jankiness with pausing. They're kind of collapsing down here on the Aatrox, and that's going to be able to slow them down enough for the Vi to get into ult range. And yep, it's going to be another kill down for team... CR. No, I'm realizing one flaw with my Jin gets 15 plus kills prediction is that they might win before he gets there, and not because he won't get that fed. So we'll see. Although I guess they are only up about 2,000 gold, despite how fed the Jin is. I mean, he has 3k gold lead on himself alone, so the rest of his team is actually a bit behind. Not a lot, but just a bit across various roles. I'm trying to figure out what is that? Is that the... Was that a... Oh, that was probably like a Thresh Soul, wasn't it? I think this is the first time I've seen this skin in games. I had no idea what that was on the ground, but it must have been a Thresh Soul. A bit of a fight breaking out here, but HH is able to get away. Ooh, unfortunately, Jinx is going to get caught out here again. And yep, that's going to be kill number 10 for Eric29. Ooh, and Vivian ends up EQing into the tower right as it's going down, so now they're kind of stuck in a bad spot. And they're going to go ahead and go down, and meanwhile, Jin is going ahead and continue to run them down, but Orianna is able to flash away. She avoids sharing Vi's fate. And meanwhile, we've got Aatrox split pushing down in the bot lane. He's able to get that tier 2 tower. This could be a nice big chunk of change for him. However, while Aatrox was gone, Chad was able to go ahead and get his tier 2 top lane tower return, so that'll be a nice golden fusion for him. Tier 2 tower side lane, kids, they give you 700 gold. Remember that. They're as good as getting 2 kills. And so far, HH just in a very tough spot. I don't know if they have, even if they catch up the Jin, I don't know if they have the level of like target access to be able to actually one-shot him. So it's a really tough position to be in, especially through that, that barrier heal they're going to have. Like I said, not a prediction. Meanwhile, we're going to try to get a bit of a catch here out on the Thresh, but he is able to get away. Ooh, and they're trying to check the Baron, make sure they're not doing it, but instead they are baiting it, and they're going to be able to catch out Jarvan here. And now they're probably going to be able to actually do the Baron, because out of all the people to catch, the jungler is the best one. And yep, they're going to head right for it. And yeah, I mean, there's really no point for HH to try to contest without a smite, so that's just going to be a free Baron for CS or for CR. I'm trying to remember what CR stands for. I suppose I should probably look it up on my phone or something, but Team CR. I'm sure someone in the chat can tell me if they're aware. And meanwhile, said team is go ahead and start snooping around, looking around this bot side jungle here. They want to prepare for their Dragon Soul. They're going to go ahead and engage. Garen's going to be able to get in on the Aatrox. And yep, he's going to go ahead and dial down. And yeah, I mean, they can't even touch this Jhin right now. And that's a problem because that Jhin needs to be touched. Yep, and they're just going to go ahead and get run down. Jhin up to 12 kills now. They're going to go ahead and take this dragon, although they're going to, I was say that I don't think they want to leave Aurelion Sol do this by himself. We're going to send Garen over to help. Meanwhile, Jin's heard about my 15 kill prediction. He's going to go chase his Jinx, try to make some more progress towards that goal. And that Jhin is a fast boy. He's gonna get in range again here fairly soon. Oh, no good Jinx W there. That might create just enough distance for her to escape. We'll see. And it has indeed. Jhin gives up the chase. We'll have to be content with 12 kills for the moment. And that gold lead up to a now whopping 7K. For Team CR, they've about doubled that since they got the pick on Jarvan here in the jungle. And they've got the Aurelion Sol Uber ulti as well. So they're going to probably try to siege with that. The Aurelion Sol ulti and the Baron buff. And yeah, Eric is just really not afraid of getting CC'd at all. He's just running up and challenging them. Yep, I mean, look at that. Look at this behavior. This is not ADC behavior. It's working, but this man is a madman. Maybe that's a little bit too much ADC behavior. That's how ADCs are typically supposed to play, but that's how a lot of them play anyway. Clearly, Eric, he's got the correct amount of ego to play ADC and do well. So, good job to him. Red needs to be careful. I mean, they need to just give these inhibs and try to defend at the Nexus, because if they get caught out here, the game's over. It might be anyway, but looks like their CR is going to go ahead and back off here. Their Baron has run out, so they're going to go ahead and rotate over to the top lane instead. And Jarvan tries to go in to get on the Jhin, but yeah, there's just no follow-up. It's very unfortunate. I mean, ideally you want that Jarvan ulti into Orianna ulti into Aatrox, but they're just too weak to make that work. So yeah, they're going to go ahead and start getting run down now. Unfortunately, it looks like Jin is not going to be able to reach that target of 15 kills because he won too fast. His team took too many of the kills, and he's not going to make it. So -1 for me, I suppose. So well played to Team CR in Game 1, just like they did in yesterday's series. So yeah, I mean, Team CR flows through Eric29. If he can get fed and he can be played around, he can kill it. So he did great. Yeah, I mean, the damage chart speaks for itself, right? 29,000 damage, Jin, 8,000 damage, Jinx. I mean, that's just not something you can't really play around that difference. It's just not doable. I'm going to go ahead and hop right into Game 2. We'll open up the spectator link for the draft. I don't know which side is which. I have not been told yet. I'm going to see what they say. Looks like they are indeed switching sides. So it's going to be... All right, there we are. It's always spectate. It's never Tate spec. That's true. That's me on stream. Were you on my screen for a second there? I didn't see. Oh, Discord. Okay. I guess you guys did get to see a glimmer of my spectate there for a moment, or my Discord there for a moment. But I had to hide the rest of my secrets. All right. It looks like everybody's ready. We're going to get started on the draft here for Game 2. Wow, Anime Low, you founded Beer League? That's crazy, dude. Can I get your autograph? All right, and the band's coming in quickly. It looks like, yeah, Team CR ran back the exact same bands from Game 1, which makes sense. Game 1 went great for them. No reason to change anything. I think HH might have ran back the same bands too, or at least very similar. They are going to go ahead and pick the Aatrox again. They're confident to blind pick it. They don't care about the comp. They don't care about the matchup. They know they want Toru on that Aatrox. And to be fair to them, he has done very, very well. And yeah, CR says, okay, we're not going to change anything either. We're going to go Jin Nami again. We'll see how Team HH responds. I see a couple of ways you could really do this. You could either go really hard on the dive comp and try to kill this Jin, or you could try instead to like outrange the Jin Nami. And yes, I remember you had a very tough time against Toru's Aatrox in our series. And I don't blame you. Aatrox is a disgusting champion that I hate. He's my go-to ban in top lane because he counters like all my top laners. I do not enjoy him. It's going to be the Seraphine Alistar. So it's going to be bringing back the Seraphine bot lane carry for Natsuyuki. That's a well-known pick of theirs. And it's going to be the Alistair support. So yeah, they're going in. Although again, I worry if they're going to have the actual damage to kill the Jhin and the Nami. I'll be very interested to see what the jungle mid picks end up being for Team HH, because that is their two best players. So it makes sense to save their picks for later in the draft. Now, the question is, as terms of jungle pick, does Vivian play Nocturne? Because part of me would really like to see Nocturne in this situation to kind of follow up on any sort of like Seraphine Alistair play to just make it so much harder to peel for the Jhin. I don't know if he plays Nocturne, but I see it in my mind. The mind's eye sees the Nocturne, which is scary. I kind of wish my mind's eye wouldn't do that. And we know he's not going to be playing Jarvan again. See, apparently, even in the win, they saw enough they didn't want to see it again. And then a Malzahar ban for Team CR. Interesting. Okay. I know Blitzsprite is known to play Malzahar, I believe. I've heard that. So I could see it. And Team HH thinking real hard about this last ban, but it's going to indeed be Swain. Team CR still needs a jungler and a mid. Swain PTSD. I mean, I don't blame him. Swain is not a fun champ to play against if you don't have the right champions to deal with it. And that's going to be the Kayn lock-in for Team CR. Interesting. Okay. Did I say it? Did I say about the Nocturne? Call me Nostradamus, bro. I didn't even know if I didn't even know if Vivian plays Nocturne, but I just thought Nocturne. So I am prophetic. I saw it coming. Well, needless to say, I like the jungle pick. And it's going to be the Taliyah lock-in last pick. Interesting. I like that. Well, yeah, I like that. I like the Taliyah pick. You can make plays with the Taliyah ulti and the Nocturne ulti and do some fun stuff. Last pick mid laner for Team CR. Who are they going to pick? With Cassiopeia, interesting. That is a good bit of counter engage for them. I like that. All right. I like both comps quite a bit better this time around. Yeah. I think we'll wait for them to go ahead and get into the champ select here. All right, and while they're in champ select, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick restroom break. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. Okay. I thought that was a bit more time. I guess I could have taken my taken my time a little bit. Well, here we go. People are discussing the comps in chat. Let's see what they had to say. Rehe likes HH's comp a lot. Yeah, I do too. I like it a lot. Well, yeah, I'm trying to think. I do like HH's comp, but given just how strong Eric 29 has been in recent days, I feel like I have to just give it to Team CR again. So we'll see. I think it probably won't pop off quite as hard as he did last game, but you know, I mean, HH doesn't even really have an ADC in this comp. Meanwhile, you can count on the Jhin for a lot of damage as the game goes on. Can HH overcome that with their comp? Maybe. We'll see. I do like the potential of a Taliyah to cut them off, and then a Nocturne ult to follow up. I do think that's a combo you could really only pull off in coordinated play. So I like that. All right. We'll go ahead and get loaded here into game 2. Someone needs to get Vivian some skins. 2 games in a row without a skin? Come on, Vivian. You're supposed to waste money on this game like the rest of us.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Tenacity isn't real anyways. It sure feels like it sometimes, doesn't it?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
And you are right that I think going Seraphine bot can kind of mitigate the advantage that opposing ADCs can have if they're just better players than you, because you're right, you just wave clear. So I mean, I enjoy so ADC bot or support. What am I saying? I enjoy Seraphine ADC for that reason. I agree with you too, Ree, that there are times where it feels like Tenacity doesn't do anything, and there are times where it feels like one Tenacity item is enough to make like champions worthless. Like I totally feel that. Meanwhile, they're going a bit of a level 1 cheese by the Team CR bot lane. Not surprising there. That is unfortunately the downside of not being in lane on time for Team HH. Meanwhile, both junglers are basically doing the same, are starting topside. Although Nocturne looks like he's a bit ahead of schedule, which I find kind of interesting. I guess just because of less walking time? You know. And Nocturne just a little bit ahead of schedule of the Kayn in the first clear, which I find fascinating. I find that very surprising. I mean, HH is going to have to care about Tenacity somewhat, you know. It works on Seraphine, CC, works on Alistar Stun, you know, Nocturne Fear, Talia's Stun. Although, admittedly, not many people on Team CR are going to be stunned by Talia ever. Just the Kayn, really. Meanwhile, the Nocturne has snuck in here bottling, but I'm pretty sure he was seen by this ward. So he's just go ahead and back. Oh, I don't know if I would have done that, to be honest. I like the idea to kind of delay his back, but I don't know if I would have given away that information like that. That is true. I will say that part of the reason I main Morgana mid these days is because they removed a bunch of CC or removed a bunch of tenacity. It feels so much better now that people can't just take like double tenacity and runes all the time. Now, because of that knowledge that Nocturne was bought, Kayn was able to go ahead and steal both art to get both of these early skull crabs. So he's quite a bit ahead in early EXP. Wait, they're nerfing tenacity, really? Wow, okay. I'm not complaining, I'm just surprised. Interesting. Interesting. Why do we have tenacity these days? Merc Treads, Wit's End, and Starax, right? I think that's it. That is true. No, I feel like part of the reason that Merc shuts down so many champions is because it has MR on it, not because it's like yeah, the tenacity is good too, but that extra, what, 20 MR is enough to make a huge difference in a lot of matchups, in mid lane especially. I know I do not enjoy when the person I'm laning against is rushing Merc Treads against me. Oh yeah, Elixir of Iron. I forget about that, but you're right. All right. Teams are kind of trading first objectives here, as often happens in Beer League. It's going to be HH going for the grubs and CR going for the dragon. Personally, I much prefer getting early dragons to early grubs. Because, yes, the grubs pushing power is nice, especially if you get some extra plates with it. But those early dragons just, they give you the dragon soul win condition so much sooner. So I much prefer to have that early. I will trade grubs for dragon every time. Every time. Saw dude confirmed a weeb. So far, no kills. It's slow, pretty slow game as far as that goes. Pretty even CS too. You know, about decent CS lead for the buy lane, which is expected. But other than that, it's been quite close across the board. Well, I guess Kane's got a pretty good CS lead too. Nasuyuki needs to be careful here. She's all alone. And they will go for you. Jin went Swifties first. I don't know if that's just because that's how the gold worked, or if he really wanted that move speed first. Pretty sure Garen just killed 5 minions at caster. I mean, you might be right. Is that what we're considering relevant in a game with no kills? A champion gets 5 minions. Ooh. Ooh, and the gang's gonna go off on the mid lane. Nice engage onto the Jhin by the Alistar, and that's gonna be enough for him to go down. That chain CC is tough. And meanwhile, the fight is kind of breaking out more, but HH does have more bodies here, so they should be able to win this still. Although I guess CR does have more cooldowns. Very nice. Cassiopeia ulti is able to stun 2 people. They are going to get 1 kill, but she is going to go down in return. I mean, what's going to be a 3-1 total trade for Team HH. Well played to them. Oh! Ooh, just a little bit too late to do anything with the Jhin ulti. Now it's a fantastic engagement for Team HH to catch him out right here. Oh, well played. Well played to HH, very well coordinated. I'm actually kind of surprised that Eric didn't opt for cleanse this game, considering what he's up against. Because yeah, it won't help you against the Alistar combo, but it'll help you against Seraphine. You can cleanse the Seraphine ulti. You can cleanse the Nocturne Fear. I'm just really surprised he didn't opt for that. Bunny says, why is Eric allowed to have Jhin again? And then Eric dies in 5 seconds. Never mind, I got the answer. There you go. HH is going to go ahead and move up here. They are going to get all 6 grubs this game. That is fun. 6 grubs is always a good time. Especially if you can get them early, because now you can try to push for these plates. Well, I'm not sure which lanes are actually going to push for the plates for. Maybe, I guess just top lane. I would really like to see Nocturne just come to one of these lanes and help get plates, because to go with those 6 grubs. I just want HH to win so I can watch another game. That's fair. I mean, I want HH to win because I correctly predicted their Nocturne pick way ahead of time. So I want to be validated that I thought it was a good pick. So go HH. Kappa. I have to say Kappa for legal reasons. Fight's breaking out here in the bot lane. But the Alistar is going to be able to get out. Uses the ulti to cleanse the Nami bubble there. That's probably not something you see very often. About a 400 gold lead for Team HH, but again, CR is up 2 dragons, which I think, I mean, that's worth way more than 400 gold. I don't know how much exactly, but I would say more than 400. So, I will say so far the Jhin has not been getting fed like he did last game. He's got great CS as usual, but the kills have not been coming. Both junglers and top players kind of messing around up here. Nocturne's going for it. He's going right. I don't know. I don't like this play. Ooh, he is able to spell shield the Garen ulti though, so I actually do like this play after all. No, in fact, Nocturne is going to go down. And Chad's going to go down in this down. Yeah, I didn't like that play. I think that Kayn is able to stall for too long, too easily. And you'll die before you kill him, which is exactly what happened. So yeah, I think Vivian a little trigger happy on that play. Rihi out here being a good guy, offering coaching reviews. Yeah, I don't do that. Nope, I don't got. I'll just watch the game plan. I'll be like, have you tried CSing better? No, not really. But that would be amusing. Nocturne is going for the aggressive build this game for the, he went for the, what is it called? Profane Hydra. Profane Hydra first item. That is a very aggressive item choice on Nocturne. No durability by that whatsoever. So he is embracing the assassin role, which I think he needs to do. And interestingly, the Kayn actually went red Kayn this game. I guess I could have known that earlier by looking at the keystone, but he's going for red Kayn rather than blue. I guess that makes sense, because they've got the triple melee of HH to deal with. So, that's smart. That's smart. Never mind. Good job, Chicas. You were right all along. A little bit of a fight breaking out here. They're able to catch out Taliyah. And then, oh yeah, and the Kayn is able to clean him up. Nocturne kind of tries to jump in to help, but the Garen is there with his TP. Oh, I mean, he's going to end up going, or, wow, I can't keep up with this fight mentally. I can't cast it properly. Let's wait for it to end, and then I'll rewind. I can try to give that another go. That was a very fascinating fight. Obviously, it went very well for Team CR, but let's go ahead and back up and see what exactly happened during this play, because a lot of champions converged on the spot quickly, and it was very confusing. Okay, so there's a bit of an all-in breaking out here, and meanwhile, Kayn is able to catch the Taliyah who is rotating, is able to solo kill her. And then the Garen TP comes in to help. So Vivian is then surrounded, so they retreat to the tower. Meanwhile, CR says, heck with it, we're just going to go ahead and dive the tower, which they do. And they just have enough left in the tank to be able to make this turret dive work. And ooh, the Shiv proc. Another double kill. Gets a double kill for the Jhin. So, alright. Yeah, very well played by Team CR there. They baited out the rotation by Taliyah. He's able to take her out without incident. So, well played by them. Yeah, about a 3k gold lead for them after that big team fight. Plus now the Jhin is fed again. Can't keep him down forever. Taliyah ult is going to go ahead and come down here. He would be fed, but he's just going to feed part of that gold right back to the Taliyah. Unfortunately for Nocturne, he hasn't really been able to secure any of these kills, which is kind of a huge bummer for them. You want to get that Nocturne fed. The Nocturne is able to get solo kills in team fights. That's huge, and right now he's just not getting that gold. He needs to be able to do that. So the directed camera take over here. And fighting in the top lane while everyone else is prostrating for Dragon. Neither top laner has TP, so this will be a 4v4 scenario. Ooh, and they are able to... Jhin is a bet at the front. Ooh, and this nice Seraphine ulti is able to go through the Nocturne and land on the Jhin, and CR is going to get absolutely wiped here. That's a fantastic Seraphine ulti through her front line in order to get to the back line of Team CR and lock him down with the charm. Well played by the Team HH. That's the bounce back they needed after that tough loss in last fight. And they're going to go ahead and secure this drag. That's going to delay that Dragon Soul for Team CR quite a bit. And yeah, there goes the gold difference. They're down to only about 800 now. Well, I love that interaction, by the way, with Seraphine ulti, where if it hits your allies, it extends in range, because that's the only reason that play worked. As it would have come short of the Jhin, but it hit Nocturne, hit her own jungler, and then extended it. So yeah, well played by them. Good job you coordinating the front line. Ooh, unfortunately not. Ooh, Seraphine kind of gets caught out a little bit there, but she is able to flash away. We're up to 22 viewers. All right. We're killing it tonight. Ooh. A little bit of an engage there on the Jhin. Ooh. Nice spell shield there by the Nocturne. Can they do anything now? Alistar's going for it. Unfortunately, he kind of biffs the combo. Isn't able to knock the Jhin into the tower. Unfortunately, so this engage is very scuffed, and HH is just going to have to back off. That's tough. That is tough. It was a great flash Q by Alistar, but wasn't quite able to get the follow-up headbutt into the tower. Very unfortunate for HH there. And yeah, this is a banger game. Been some big plays back and forth. It's close. I do find it a little bit interesting that Natsuyuki is going for looks like the more typical support Seraphine build, even though she's playing as the carry role. So I'm not sure if that's what you're supposed to do now. But I know usually, I think usually you see carries going like Liandry's and stuff. Not this. I assume this is for like, for a Hex whatever. I can't remember what the exact name of it. The green item, the Healy Shieldy damage item that I can't remember the name of. You can pivot into support. I don't think there's anything wrong with building Seraphine as a support. I'm just not sure if it's worth it when you have the carry gold income. But I'm also a selfish carry player who likes doing damage. So, that's my bias on that. I mean, I play Morgana mid and build Death Cap, Like, I am not... I am not normal. I do not follow the conventional wisdom on building champions a lot of the time. So I don't know. Unfortunately, Natsuki is going to be caught out here by the bubble. She is going to be able to get the Seraphine ulti off long enough to escape, but that is a big tool to lose here outside of a team fight. Oh. Alistar going for a Hex Flash play. Unfortunately, there's no real follow-up here. And gotta be careful about the solo lane. Yeah, my only worry with Seraphine going support items this game is it might mean they don't quite have the burst to kill this Jhin when they combo him. That's my only real concern. But if they do, then obviously then going support is totally fine. So we'll see how it plays out for him. Dragon is spotted here pretty soon. Seer's already moving into position on it. As they should. Yeah, Echoes of Helia, that's what it's called. Here it is. I've never been able to tell if this item is good or not. Because I just don't play support. And I really don't... But I don't know how much value you're really getting out of that heal and damage proc. Maybe someone who builds it on the regular could tell me, but I have no idea. Well, Nocturne's go ahead and ulti, but he's not actually planning to go in, and that's actually really bad now because it means they don't have an engage. Although that is a fantastic Seraphine ulti. Meanwhile, Aatrox is on the back, and he's going to one-shot both of the backline for Team CR. So what am I talking about? That was actually a great play, although now that their front line's been taken care of, they're going to go ahead and turn on the rest of HH, but I think they still take this. This Aatrox is doing huge damage right now, and he's built a bit tankier this game, so he can afford the front line with that Stridebreaker and clips compared to his normal lethality build. All right, that was well played by Team HH. Let's go ahead and see that again. I didn't like the beginning, but let's go ahead and see it. Toru's yeah, he got the big Aatrox flank off. I mean, if you're an ADC and you have a strong Aatrox on your face, I mean, what do? You just hope your team can burst him. So yeah, Nocturne ults early, and he doesn't use it to go in, but the Aatrox is able to sneak into position. I don't think they realize he's in here. Yep, he's able to get right on top of both the Nami and the Jhin completely uninterrupted, and just blast them both instantly. And yeah, it does kind of leave the... It does kind of leave Seraphine on her own there to deal with the divers on TCR, but it's worth it if you win the team fight. Well, yeah, well played by Team HH. Well, fantastic flank. The Aatrox there, they had no idea he was in the pit, so he was able to just hop over this little wall and get right on top of the Jhin with nowhere for him to go. And yeah, I agree, Jeff. I don't know why you would give Toru Aatrox ever. You know, I mean, even when we beat Toru on Aatrox, that was still scary stuff. You know, like, I don't want to deal with it. Like, it's too big and too strong. Just get him out of here. And Trevor has graced us with his presence. In the chat, welcome. And yeah, another big swing for Team HH. They are once again in the gold lead, and they got the Dragon, so now both teams are equally to their way to Dragon Soul. So yeah, this game looks like it might be a long one. With Dragon Soul at least 9 minutes away. Well, we might be looking at a 35-minute plus banger game. And while the Jhin has done a great job getting SCS, he has not gotten that big horde of kills. So yeah, he still got the 2,000 gold lead, but that's a lot less than he had last game. Baron, obviously, Baron is up now for both teams, but I think neither team has really had enough to pressure it without winning a team fight first. Far from me to say that Eric is building wrong necessarily, but I really question going... I think going Shiv first is fine. I get why they do it, but I question going RFC second. I feel like you would really want to go right into that big crit item, because you already get a lot of attack speed from the Shiv. Do you really need the RFC right after? I don't know. Maybe you do. But that's just my opinion. I could be totally off base. Well, I know it's the standard Jhin build. I just question the logic of it. You know, like, do you really need a 2 attack speed items in a row on Jhin? That's just me questioning it. But I am not a Jhin player or an ADC player anymore, so maybe it is better. I don't know. I guess the main argument in its favor is that it's cheap. I really don't like that Jhin build. Okay, see, so I'm not the only one that thinks that. Thinks that it's a little questionable in terms of damage, but who knows? Meanwhile, while we're arguing about the rapid fire cannon, Kayn, I would say Kayn is getting caught, but it's Kayn, you know. Catching a Kayn is one of the hardest things to do in League, but they do manage it. They had to blow basically everything, but they got him. Uh-oh. Apparently there was a fire. Somebody had a fire alarm on Team HH. Some banter going on about it. Blue Kayn lives that. He does. Well, hopefully Maui Zona's building is not on fire. Although I guess they're in the same building, so I assume both of them are fine, but we'll see. I guess that is the nice thing about Beer League, is that you can pause in the situation and wait, whereas if this were a ranked game, you'd just lose right now. Yeah, and Natsuyuki actually ahead in level on the Jhin right now, which is kind of wild. Obviously, the Jhin still got the gold lead, but being ahead in EXP is kind of a big deal. Now, if it's ranked, I'm playing through the fire and flames. You say that, but maybe they're in a college dorm and they have to evacuate. That's all I'm saying. You know, if it's your own house and you hear a fire alarm go off, you could be like, well, am I willing to risk dying for this fire alarm? I mean, it's a ranked game, absolutely. But if fire alarm goes off in your dorm and you don't evacuate, you could get in a lot of trouble for that. So, who knows? Maybe they're out on the out standing in front of the building. Like, I remember doing that during my college dorm days. All right, so we'll give a bit of a lull in the action. Who do you guys like to win this game at this point? It's been very close so far. I could really see it going either way. I do think CR's comp scales better just because they have an ADC. While HH doesn't, but the HH combos so far have been working really well, and I think they do that one or two more times, they might pull the game away before CR can scale. So I could really see it going either way. You want a 3-game series for your weekly wagers? Or is there somewhere to bet in Beer League for that? You called this as the closest series with most objectives. Well, I mean, you're good so far. I was right. I was right. They live in a dorm. I called it. Our ADC has fire alarm going off in her dorm. 2 for 2 on the 2 for 2 on reading the situation. Read the Nocturne pick. Read that Natsuyuki and Layla live in a dorm. Or is it Natsuyuki and Layla that are the roommates? I actually don't know. I don't remember exactly. But I was indeed right. Didn't HH win yesterday? Am I wrong? I thought that's what I read in the result in the match thread, but maybe I misread it. I guess that game hasn't been cashed yet, so oops, spoilers. CR needs their win then. Yeah, CR had a rough series against 1IQ yesterday. So they stomped game one, and then it looked like it would be more of the same. But they were able to game two, but 1IQ was able to come back. So our sister team in 1IQ keeping up with us. You know I'm gonna make fun of them the moment they lose a series and we don't. It's okay, Rihi. You picked a good time to be AFK. We are busy avoiding the fire. You don't care if we drop a series? Well, yeah. We are 2-0-2 in the final week. I love it. I love the bold prediction. Although, I should warn you, the last time someone predicted they would 2-0 us, they got embarrassed. That was Team Bop early last season. They were like, we're going to 2-0 them so easily. And then, well, that didn't happen. But then they got the last laugh on us late in the season, so I guess they're the real winners. Joke's on you. I don't know how to be embarrassed. That's funny. That is funny. Mm-mm. So, now since we're here waiting, what other games have you guys been playing besides League? I just got the Age of Mythology remake that just came out. I enjoyed that game as a youngin. I've been enjoying the remake. Yes, Bunny, we all know you've been playing World of Warcraft. uh, yes, we are well aware. And Jeff playing Skyrim to the surprise of nobody, because both his League accounts are named after Skyrim. I play WoW even in class. Yeah, I bet. What else are you supposed to do during class? Learn? Like, come on. Space Marine 2? I've heard that's really good. My dog has come over and said hello to me. Hello, Valor. He is a big German Shepherd, and he has a big doofy face, don't you, buddy? Yes. You picked a good time to look for attention, buddy, because I'm not occupied. Yes. You sure you want to learn the tabletop game, Rihi? That is a very expensive rabbit hole to go down. I just play the Total War game. That's much cheaper. Although if you get all the ADCs not on sale, it's not that much cheaper. Chad is hoping we can hurry this game up a little bit. We'll see if they're still stuck outside the building. You betting against your own team, Rihi? That's bad manners. Or good manners? I actually don't know. It's bad manners, good business. I could throw the series. Ooh, good thinking. There you go. You're the man on the inside. Uh-oh. Oh, that's too bad. Looking like it's going to be long enough that that the rest of Team HH is not going to make it back, and they're going to go ahead and forfeit this game. That's a bummer. Although we'll see if Team CR will accept their forfeit. I actually have no idea what the procedure is for this situation.
A summoner has disconnected. A
Well,
summoner has disconnected.
oh man.
A
All right.
summoner has disconnected.
Okay.
A summoner has disconnected.
I guess that's it. Yeah, looks like Team HH forfeits this game. So that's going to be it for the series, I'm afraid. So that's too bad. But too bad. This was a good game. I wanted to see how this ended, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. So yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that is a 2-0 for Team CR then. Unfortunate. You have to wonder, was it a legit fire or was it just a fire alarm? Because I feel like if it was just a fire alarm, it shouldn't take this long, right? So hopefully it's not a real fire, but I assume they'll let us know at some point. But I guess that's the end of the stream then. So sorry about that, guys. But unfortunate way to end, but I guess that's how it goes. So bummer for Team HH, but yeah, there you go. CR gets their first win. Would they have earned it on their own? Perhaps. But alas, pour one out for Jeff's pick'ems, right? Weekly pick'ems. Oh man. All right, well that's a bummer, but I guess that's it. So, well, I believe we have when is the next game coming up? We have a game coming up on Wednesday, Team PSR versus APW. So we'll be back in a couple days. All right, and I will. I guess that's it for now. We'll see you guys later. All right, bye bye.